And this is global arena. They are for the motion. They are against the motion.
Yes, pandemic will lead to more consensus.
Different governments prioritize different aspects of human rights.
We are talking about human lives, and this cannot have different perception. This you cannot have different values. It's not the question if I like more or don't like more. It's the question where is most efficient in a time of disorientation. If you don't respect social distance, and if you believe that you can do whatever you want, independently of your loved ones, of your society, you're gonna pay a price, and these numbers are clear. It's a clear orientation on that. So our point, our motion, yes, pandemic will lead to more consensus of our society because we will understand that individual rights can never overrule the social rights.
Mr. Ignacio, yeah, I agree with you that we should learn lessons from the past. For example, what happened during the First World War, what happened during the Second World War. So we human beings should learn from the past to avoid the same thing to repeat. But unfortunately, like I said, countries are different in terms of political institutions and values. Countries do learn, but they learn very slowly. And so they have a pretty long learning curve. So I would imagine that maybe 10 years from now, we would be better appreciate what should be done if we have a similar crisis. But right at the moment, look at the US media coverage of Chinese government's responses to COVID-19. And so you can see there's clearly no learning the lesson. Instead, they are saying the Chinese government is trampling human rights, etc. Different governments prioritize different aspects of human rights. In many parts of the world, they prioritize individual political rights, like my colleague said. But in other parts of the world, governments and people value more about the right to life and right to a secure job.
Okay. Professor, I disagree with you. The past is important to observe, but we live in a completely different world right now. We are not talking about World War I, World War II. We are talking about today. Yeah. And today, although you have different perception, different values in the countries, we are talking about human lives, okay? And this cannot have different perception. This you cannot have different values. You need to have the same values and the same perception. I think the word that we listen to here is common together, is unit as a strength, as a Chinese saying is. So without unit, without collectivism, we cannot get out of this pandemic. So that's our motion, is to support that there is more consensus on human rights in the future.
Well, the Chinese ancient wisdom says diversity in harmony. That's what the Chinese government has been trying to tell its counterparts around the world. But unfortunately, many Western governments cannot tolerate diversity, especially different perspectives on human rights. And so that's here why I'm saying that you can see a polarized world over human rights.